What's up, future millionaires and maybe even current millionaires? Who knows who's watching this video right now? Today in this video, I wanted to talk about why I stopped doing monthly reports for my clients, because it's actually made a really big positive impact to my business, and it's something you probably wouldn't expect to change. So that's what I'm here to talk about. And by the way, if you guys hear any echo, I really apologize for that. I just moved into a new house, as you can maybe see by a slightly different background, no window here, and I don't have the money sign up yet. So we'll get that up hopefully soon. But let's jump right into the video, why I stopped doing monthly reports for my clients. Now, the reason I stopped doing monthly reports is I was really just thinking, how can I simplify my agency as much as possible? And this is something I always like to think about, like at least once per month, is how can I simplify the work that I'm doing for my clients that will not affect the results that they're getting? And one of those things that I thought we can maybe eliminate was monthly reports. And see, this is the really crazy thing, you guys, that you gotta think about with any kind of business industry that you're in. There's always, in any industry, there's always some kind of standard. Like in the marketing industry, it's pretty much standard that every agency does monthly reports. But I really started to think about, okay, what value does that provide to the customer? And really the value that it provides is, I guess they just get an update on what you're doing and it makes them feel good. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just makes like a cool monthly report, might make your client feel like your services are more valuable. But with my agency, the thing that we focus on is, the only thing that we really focus on is just getting the best results for our clients possible. We don't do any contracts, we only do month to month. And out of the last 10 clients that we've had, we've only lost one, and then we've dropped another on our end because we wanted to switch them out for a higher end client. But like, client retention is huge, and the way we've been able to do that is just by being very selective with the clients that we take on, and also making sure that we get every single client amazing results, because if they're getting results, they're not going to leave. It doesn't matter if we do a monthly report or not. They're getting the return on investment, they're going to be happy. And so the other problem with monthly reports that I found after thinking about it was, one, it takes somebody time to do that every single month, and it's wasted time that could have been spent getting better results for the clients, made on just a random fancy report. And then secondly, the problem is, in order for your clients to see the results with a monthly report, they have to wait till the end of the month every single time. So they're not really actively seeing the results as you're going. Now, they kind of are by getting leads and stuff like that, but not 100%. So the way that we replaced the monthly reports is we just replaced with a way that the clients can go in and see their results anytime. They don't have to wait till the end of the month to get the results. So in our monthly reports, we would normally go like, what all the results you got this month, what kind of growth did you have, what kind of return on investment did you have, what ads did we run this month. So we pretty much replaced that with a system that updates them as we're doing things. So it's a lot more effective than them having to wait till the end of the month, because if we make an ad at the beginning of the month, they're not going to see it till the end of the month when they're pretty much deciding to work with us again or not. So they're going to see what we do now is we send every single ad to them for approval, and by doing that, we also eliminate having to do that from our monthly reports. So that's less work there, and the clients are seeing the ads sooner, and we're also making sure that the client's going to be happy with every single ad that we run. And they also see the work that we're doing actively. Now, the second thing is setting up some way where your clients can see the results anytime they want. Now, there's two ways we've done this. One is by giving our clients access to our Facebook ad account. And some of you guys might think that's crazy. Giving your client access to your Facebook ad account sounds crazy to some of you guys probably, because you're thinking like, oh, why won't they go ahead and do it themselves? Well, first off, I've had clients try to do it themselves, and trust me, they're not going to do as good if you know what you're doing. Like some of my clients previously that I had were already doing Facebook ads themselves. We brought the results down in half, and another client, they were at like $30 cost per lead, and we brought them all the way down to $3 cost per lead, and they were spending like 15 grand a month, 15 to 20 grand a month. Now they're spending about 5 grand. So they're saving 15 grand a month just by working with us and getting better results. So those are just a few examples. So what you can actually do is you can actually just give your client access to the Facebook ad account. Maybe just make a short Loom video, record a little video for them to show them how the Facebook ad account works. Now, obviously, this isn't going to work too well if you have a client that's really bad at tech savvy stuff, which can't happen sometimes. But for the most part, most clients can handle being able to figure out how to get into their Facebook ad account and seeing the numbers if you just make a video on how to do it for them. So that's one of the easiest ways, to show your client how to go into the Facebook ad account, how they can see all the ads that are running and all of that. And then the second thing is implementing some kind of CRM for us personally, we most of the time use Google Sheets, which is very simple and it's free. And we set up a Google Sheet that every single lead that our client gets goes onto that sheet, and then their team, their salesperson, whoever, is gonna have to fill out that sheet, like, has this person been contacted, have they been called, have they been texted, have they been left a voicemail, how many times have they been contacted, have they been in for an appointment, have they scheduled their appointment, and pretty much what happened in their appointment if they scheduled, because then we could be able to track every single client that we brought through Facebook ads, how many people were booked, how many people were actually paid a certain amount of money. So we have all of that tracked in a Google Sheet, and it should be updated by a salesperson on their team pretty much every time they make a call. So the benefit to that is the client can then go into that Google Sheet anytime they want. They can calculate their close rate themselves. They can do whatever, find out any kind of information they could possibly want. Once again, that's even less communication that you have to do through email, because now you don't have your client asking you these questions like, what's our close percentage, what kind of return are we getting in the middle of the month before the monthly report. So, and then that second benefit obviously is now we don't even have to do the monthly reports, because all of these things are automated. The Google Sheet, the leads go in automatically. Their salesperson, they fill that out without us doing any work. And then the Facebook ads, the client can go in and check those results at any time with how we show them to do that. And so what this has really done is reduce the amount of communication that's necessary in the agency. The media buyer has to make less emails to, or whoever's running the ads has to make less emails to the client. The client is happier because they're able to go in and see the results anytime. They don't have to ask us. So this is a huge thing with any business model. Think about ways that you can make your business transparent as possible, and people don't have to communicate with you in order to get what they're looking for. So like if your client has to ask you what their cost per lead is right now, that's not a good thing they should have to be asking, to be honest. It's much easier to just give them access to it and have them go in and look themselves all the time, and it'll save you, like, these little emails, they pile up. So if you can save yourself communication with yourself, your media buyer, and just make your whole entire agency transparent as possible, and or even whatever business you run, it applies to any business, honestly. It'll make a huge difference to you. And the second key learning point to get out of this is just think differently. Don't, just because every marketing agency or everybody in your industry is doing something doesn't mean it's right. So always think about every aspect of your business and really whether it's really necessary or not. Now, I do want to make it clear that we didn't eliminate the monthly reports for all of our clients. Now, all of our current clients so some of our previous clients that I was already doing monthly reports for, either somewhere between 1 to 3 of them, they weren't very tech savvy, so I just kept just doing the Facebook ad reports for them. I just have my media buyer do those reports for those 3 clients. We have 10 clients right now, so 7 out of the 10 we don't do monthly reports for, and every new client we take on, we no longer do monthly reports for. So I do want to make that clear. Some of your clients maybe could get upset. I only had 1 client actually get a little bit upset. 2 of my clients I actually were perfectly fine with it. They're actually excited that we could spend more time getting results for them rather than spending them time on these monthly reports. But only 1 client was a little bit upset, but we just came up with a new solution for them that worked perfectly. So if your client's a little bit upset with doing that, totally fine. Just work it out with them, see what they need to figure out, and then set up a system that can fix it. So hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and hopefully I can give you a tour of the new home soon. And if you guys have any questions, like always, leave them down in the comments, and thank you all so much for watching. This is in 1 take, so sorry if I made any mistakes, but I like to keep the true value and the honesty and the transparency all set up for you guys, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you guys.